friends, this is Krish the Urban Naxal, and we are going to talk about Runwal My City's allotment letter and how this allotment letter is a complete lie, it's a sham, and more importantly, it insults you. It insults you, the flat buyer. It makes you sign on a document that is insulting to you, that takes away all your dignity, that puts the builder into such an overwhelmingly dominant position, and it puts you down on your knees. It makes you look like a beggar. Let me explain this. I'm not going to read the entire allotment letter to you. It's a long allotment letter. The Proforma is there on RERA. I have downloaded the Proforma allotment letter of Phase 1, My City Phase 1 Part 1. That is probably the oldest part of Runwal My City. It was scheduled for completion originally in December 2019. They took an extension and made it June 2021, but they did not complete it in June 2021, and now they have an extended date of application of completion December 2022. Let us see if they complete it by then. So 3-year extension. They were scheduled to complete it before COVID began. Now, a lot of the work is done. The work is nearing completion, or you may say it is completed. Most of the flats are booked. It is almost 100% booked, with a small number of flats still remaining for booking, which means most of the people have already signed this allotment letter. This allotment letter is there on RERA. Please download it and read it, or you may contact me on WhatsApp and I will be happy to share the allotment letter Proforma with you, the thing that I have downloaded from RERA. Here's what an allotment letter should say. An allotment letter basically acknowledges that you paid a certain amount of money, that you booked a certain flat number so and so, tower number so and so, phase so and so, scheme so and so, project so, and so on. And it says, we are happy to allot you such and such a flat. This is basically the sum and substance of what an allotment letter should be saying, if it is in good faith. When you receive an allotment letter, you would already have paid lakhs of rupees to Runwal, to Horizon Projects Pvt Ltd, their company. You would already have paid lakhs of rupees, based on nothing but pure trust in the brand and all the claims that they made. After that, when you get the allotment letter, you are thrilled because you say, oh good, look, Runwal has allotted this flat to me. So let me ask you a question. Is the allotment letter actually allotting the flat to you? Does it say we have allotted this flat to you? The answer is no. Very clever use of words. They beat around the bush. Very cunning use of words. They are not saying that they have allotted the flat to you. They are lying to you. They are saying our hands are free, your hands are tied. They are saying we have not allotted this flat to you. How do they say it? They say it in this language. It is called allotment letter. They say subject reservation for allotment. Okay. Now subject reservation for allotment, you will say okay, so it means I am getting reservation for allotment. No. You applied for reservation for allotment. So then they go on to say, dear sir, madam, we thank you. I am reading the first point of the allotment letter. We thank you for your keen interest to purchase flat number so and so on so and so floor, ad measuring these many square feet carpet area in this tower and in this project. Runwal My City Phase 1. And they say, no, okay, so what did the first sentence say? The first sentence says, you guys need this flat. You are the needy ones. We are the ones who are going to consider it. We are the privileged ones. We are going to consider it. And they are saying in point number 2, pursuant to your request, we hereby inform you that we are agreeable to reserve the said flat for you. First, let's understand this part of the sentence. It's a small part of a long sentence. Pursuant to your request, we hereby inform you that we are agreeable to reserve the said flat for you. Agreeable to reserve the said flat does not mean that we have reserved the said flat for you. We are agreeable. We may do it. We feel it is okay to do it. This is what the sentence is saying. Now, an allotment letter should not be saying anything further. It should say, listen, you have paid us this much money. We have reserved this flat for you. Finished, full stop. But this is a different thing. What it says is, pursuant to your request, we hereby inform you that we are agreeable to reserve the said flat for you, subject to you making timely payment as per payment schedule mentioned in clause 6 here in above, and subject to the plans blah blah blah. Okay, so let's understand this. You have paid 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, maybe 7 lakhs, some such amount. You may have paid even more before you got the allotment letter. Did they give you allotment based on the money that you had already paid them? They should. Did they? No, they didn't. What they are saying is, we will consider giving you allotment subject to your paying more money as per the schedule written down in this allotment letter. That's what they are saying. And then they are adding another subject to. Okay, so they are saying subject to the plans as sanctioned by Municipal Corporation, that is Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai / TMC, Thane Municipal Corporation. But subject to, so and subject to, and then again but subject to the terms and conditions mentioned herein. So your allotment is subject to the terms and conditions mentioned in the allotment letter. Okay, so does it mean the allotment letter is saying that you got your allotment? And the answer is no, absolutely not. Subject to this and subject to that and subject to the other thing, we are agreeable to give you an allotment. Do you understand? This is not an allotment letter. This is a we may give you an allotment letter. But the main focus of what I'm saying is they are insulting you. Of course, they are insulting your intelligence, but they are not just insulting your intelligence. They are going even further. They are insulting your bloody character. And here is how. What they are saying in point 5, I'm going to skip over a lot of the points in this whole thing because it's pretty long and there are a lot of other things that I want to discuss with you, and I'll discuss it in another video. But let us go to point number 5, where they are saying, you have made the following representations and warranties. On the basis of the same, we are agreeable to reserve the said flat. You are not prohibited from acquiring the flat under any law or otherwise. You have not been declared or adjudged to be insolvent, bankrupt, ordered to be wound up, etc., as the case may be. No receiver or liquidator or official assignee or any person is appointed in your case or for any of your assets or properties. Okay, no court receiver, you are not bankrupt. Now, what is all this? What is all this going on? When did you make this representation and warranty? Did they make you sign these representations and warranties? Did you make all this? I don't think so. Is this in your allotment letter, in your application form? You know, all these warranties. And if so, I'm sure you didn't even understand what you were signing. So basically they are saying that you are not insolvent. You have represented to Runwal. You said, hey, listen, I have not been sued. I have not been sued for my assets. I am not bankrupt. I am not a defector from the court. I am not sort of running away from the court and using my money to buy your flat. Even more, they are saying, you have not received any notice from any state or central government or from abroad for your involvement in any money laundering. I am not a money launderer. You have said all this, okay? You, the flat buyer, you, the ordinary flat buyer, are making all these warranties. No execution or similar processes. Now, see the number of repetitions. A, B, C, D, E, F. No execution or similar process is issued or levied against you or for any of your assets and properties. You are not convicted of any offence involving moral turpitude and or sentenced to imprisonment for any offence for a period of less than 6 months. You are not convicted of offence of moral turpitude. Okay, so now they are not only judging your economic integrity, that is, you are not bankrupt. Now they have gone to judging your character. Some of you will be saying, we don't want criminals to live with us. We don't need criminals in the same building, so they are taking care that no criminals are living in the same building. Really? You really think so? Just try complaining about one of your neighbors and try saying that please check out this man. We think he is a criminal or he is a crook or he is anything. Check it out. Try it. I'm sure you can find an MLA or MP or corporator or some such character living or who's been allotted a flat in your this thing. And tell them, complain to them. See what they say. Do they really care? You think they care? No, they don't care. They don't care. So what is all this? I will explain. But listen. So they are saying you are representing to them, you have represented to them that you are not convicted of any offense, that you have a crystal clear, clean legal record and so on and so forth. I want to ask you a simple question. First of all, ask yourself, are you in an equal relationship with the builder? Or is this a superior to subordinate relationship? They are a company, no doubt about it. They are a company with thousands of crores of economic turnover. Fine. You are an individual. Arguably, you are much smaller. Your means are much smaller. If you are buying a flat in Runwal My City, maybe you are buying a flat worth 50 lakhs, give or take. But isn't it true that you and Runwal are on an equal footing when you are trading? You are paying money. You are paying money right now, today. You have already paid money. You are going to pay more money to them. Okay, you are going to pay 50 lakh rupees. They have not given you anything but a bunch of promises. In fact, they are not even giving you promises. They are giving you conditions. They are not giving you promises. There is no promise. Read this. This allotment letter quite clearly says there is no promise. I am not promising you anything. You are not only giving me your money, you are promising me X and Y and Z and A and B and C. Where is the parity? Where is the balance? Where is the power? The power is all on their side. The work is all on your side. The duties are all on your side. And what is more, the shame is all on your side. The shame. Now, if this were an equal relationship, should you not be asking them? Should you not be imposing on them another letter saying, I have given you a lot of my money, my life savings, because you have represented to me that you are not economic offenders, you, the Runwals, Subhash, Sandeep, Subodh, you guys, the company as a whole, Horizon Projects Pvt Ltd. You are not economic offenders. You are not wanted by EOW. No warrant has been issued against you. No red corner notice has been issued against anybody, any of the Runwals or any of the directors of the company or anything like that. Shouldn't you be taking a representation like that? You are not wanted by ED for money laundering. You have represented to me, and that is why I am giving you the money. You are not wanted by income tax department for income tax fraud or sales tax fraud or GST fraud or anything, tax fraud. You are not under scrutiny. You have never been scrutinized. You have never been jailed. And you are not, you are morally clean. You don't own any dirty businesses. You don't own, bars or, some places where people get dirty. You have no part in a prostitution racket. Can you not draft a similar letter and write it to them? How dare they judge you on your moral character? When have you been making these representations and warranties of your moral character to them? Think about it. And if they have sneakily taken something from you, well, that's sneaky, that's just dirty. If you go to buy a car, does the car manufacturer, does Honda or Hyundai tell you to write down that you are clean, you are above board, you have never been jailed, you are not part of any rackets, you have no moral turpitude? Oh, what is this? What is this? Is this a relationship between two, is this a business relationship? Is this a commercial relationship, or is it some other kind of relationship? Are they appointing you for Rajya Sabha? Because this question of moral turpitude and all this thing arises. If you are an appointee of, as a governor or as a information commissioner or any other commissioner, women's commissioner and so on and so forth, minorities commission, these are the kind of appointments where they say if you've been imprisoned for moral turpitude or if you have charges, blah blah blah, you are not eligible. That is when they say it. You are a flat buyer, yeah. You are a simple flat buyer and all this bullshit. And even worse, nothing is worse than the insult. The insult is absolutely the worst thing. They are lying to you, that's bad enough. This is not an allotment letter, that's bad enough. Then they sneak in two other things in this point 5. Okay, point 5 stinks. And they are sneaking in another two things. You are aware that the carpet area of the flat mentioned herein is approximately this much and it's measured on a bare shell basis and it may vary by 3% and so on. Okay. So if it's a flat costing 50 lakhs, plus minus 1.5 lakhs is what you're getting, is what they are saying. Okay. Second, let's forget about that. Let's pass. The next one, you have inspected. Now, you have made representations and warranties that you have inspected all documents and details pertaining to real estate project to your satisfaction, including but not limited to the title documents in respect of the project land, sanction plans, layout plans, building permissions, etc. You have inspected all the documents. You have warranted and you have represented. And they are saying we reserved the said flat relying on the representations and warranties which we consider. Which means if you say, hey listen, I have not inspected all the documents. Oh, is that so? Your allotment is cancelled. You don't have an allotment. We have reserved the said flat relying on the above representations and warranties which we consider, and you agree and consent to be an important and integral part of this transaction. What nonsense? What bloody nonsense is this? It's dirty. There are many such points. I want to read it to you. There are how many? There are 24 points in this. I am not going to go beyond point number 5 which I said, and then I am going straight to the bottom. Now all these things you are supposed to have made these representations. Please ask them Even if you have signed the damn allotment letter, please ask them, write to them, email to them, please tell me the date when I made this representation and warranty to you. When did I make a representation and warranty about my moral character and this turpitude and all this bullshit? When did I make a representation that I have inspected all the documents and details and pertaining to the real estate project to my satisfaction and title or documents and blah 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 blah? When did I make that representation to you? You are saying I have already made that representation. When? Date, time, place. Do you have my signature on something which says that I have made this representation to you? Show me. Show me. Ask them. Because it's all bullshit. There's nothing. They are just ramming these lies down your throat. And you know what they are doing? They are basically reducing your status to something of a slave. They are assuming the status of master. In the end, at the bottom of this letter, it says, please sign this letter as a token of your express consent and acceptance of all terms and conditions as stated herein above. It is not even an allotment, and you are supposed to accept it. And you are supposed to say, thank you very much, I sign, I accept. It says here, okay, and who is saying this? This letter, allotment, so-called allotment letter is signed by the authorized signatory of the company. So this one, the company is insulting you. Horizon Projects is insulting you. Runwal's authorized signatories are insulting you and lying to you. What are they saying? And you are supposed to say, we hereby have read, understood and agreed and consented to all the above terms and conditions and accept the same. You probably did. You probably signed. You didn't know it. You didn't know better. Now you know better. What are you going to do about it, Mr. and Mrs. Flatbuyer? Are you insulted or not? Do you have any honor or not? Think about it. Apply your mind. I am Krish, the Urban Naxal, your friend. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan.